Hey, did you know this episode was made possible by Seagram's Jamaican Me Happy?
Ah, I did not.
Yeah, we weren't sponsored. I'm just drinking them. So if it weren't for
Right,
that, I
that's
probably
what made
wouldn't.
it
I
possible.
wouldn't
Yeah.
do this episode. Yeah,
Right.
but on the real, you ever thought about like, because this movie was a post-apocalyptic film. It had a post-apocalyptic warlord type character as the villain. You ever thought
hmm
about those characters like that trope? They're all kind of just like incel virgin loser nerds, you know?
Now that you mention it, I
Kind of
could
like kind of
see.
like Josh, our friend
I was gonna
Josh.
say I could see our friend Josh being a post-apocalyptic warlord, but not in
Yeah,
the way like, oh, that's cool. More in the like, I'm gonna make everyone into post-apocalypse.
right. The
Red,
way the way
John Wick,
like
Fortnite skin.
the loser kid becomes a cop to get a sense of power type thing.
Right,
Like
right,
it's
right.
that
Or like
the
it starts a
post-apocalypse.
business.
Right. Yeah.
Because they're real smart. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Good
Hmm.
perspective. Good perspective.
Yeah.
What do you think Josh would do in the post-apocalypse? Our incel friend.
Um. That's tough. That's tough. Definitely something Fortnite related. Um. Probably
He
throwing
owns
some.
every skin.
He owns all the skins. Yeah. They actually. They make new ones specifically for him.
No one else is
Um.
buying them other than Joshua.
Yeah.
I won't say his last name as to not
Right. I
dox
won't. I
him.
won't dox him. But his Instagram handle is Clements Inc.
Right. Well, that's not doxing. That's like public persona.
That's promotion. Yeah, that's his persona.
What was the other word?
Oh,
They
feral kid. Yeah,
right, feral kid.
yeah, that's Tom Hardy.
There's a dog in this movie.
Yeah, Tom
Who's
Hardy.
not Tom Hardy. And then Tom Hardy is also a dog kid.
Right. He
And then
becomes the
Josh is the
dog.
villain again? That keeps
Josh is the
happening,
villain, but he's also he's Jason Voorhees in this
right?
one, and
Which makes
he's big
sense.
and muscular.
Oh man, Lord Humungus is just Josh.
Yeah, Josh, if he ever actually hit the gym, and there was a post apocalypse to make him a
Right.
warlord.
And to make him work out probably too.
Right, that would probably help.
That would
Yeah.
be the motivation, I think, for
I mean,
Josh to start working
if
out.
he didn't have Fortnite to play, hey,
Right.
what else would he
Right. What
do?
are you gonna do? You could drive cars and you hit the gym.
Right.
Before we jump into the actual discussion of Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior, first
Man,
off,
these road warriors disgust me. What the hell are
really,
they talking about?
do they?
Yeah, they disgust me.
We have a Patreon where we do
Mm.
commentary tracks, movie commentaries, so you
And
can.
what? Well, because obviously you get commentary tracks, maybe some sort of exclusives, whatever. But what do they get out of us if they? Because it's only a dollar.
Well,
It's one
they
single dollar to
they give
pay.
us $1, right?
Yeah.
And then when they pay that dollar instantly, it's actually weird. We hack into your computer, and you'll instantaneously hear us go ah because we'll holler.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll holler for just a dollar, and
Yeah, I mean, you give us $1, we are going to
that's not
holler,
false advertising. It's not fake news. It's not
right?
any sort of clickbait. This it's 100% real. We will holler for only a dollar, and that's just an incredible deal.
I
From
think I'll holler for
standpoint.
maybe even a little more.
I mean, for sure, for more. Yeah, I don't think that needs to be specified. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're hollering for $1 and you might as well holler for $2 in.
Well, yeah. I mean that again. Feel like goes without saying. Like if you're willing to do something for a dollar, chances are you'll do it for $2 because it's more money.
I
And it's the
disagree.
same thing. Really?
I disagree. Yeah, I don't
Okay.
agree with it at all.
Well, to each his own.
Who? Here's what I want to do today.
Humongous what?
Humongous the man.
Oh.
Yeah, I want you to today, if you have a pet fish, and I hope
Hmm.
that you do, having a pet fish is nice. If you have a pet fish, I want you to just pull up an iPad, something with a big screen, maybe a laptop, sit it
Right.
in front of
Right.
their tank and
Honestly, if
just
you have any iPhone past like the 12, it's probably got a pretty fat screen. Just use that.
maybe if you got the plus. If you
If
don't have the
the
plus, you
plus,
need to get something
yeah,
like grab your laptop or something and just put on this podcast episode for them.
yeah, the YouTube
My
video
fish is
version
watching me and Daniel
specifically.
record this.
Right. He's here. He's on the episode. You can hear him. He's going.
Going, Bloop, 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 bloop. No, he's sitting at the very edge of his tank watching us do this.
You should pick him up, put him on. Just like pick him up in your hands. Keep a little water in there so he doesn't suffocate and die.
I
But
can put him
pick
in
him
a
up
jar sometime, and maybe next time I'll
and then
get a
drink
clean
him.
jar.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Then
I'm
you
more
you
so I
don't
could show
swallow
him to
him.
the
You
fans at
just drink
home.
him. Let him swim around in your mouth a little bit. You keep it open like that. You see him swimming around in your mouth, and you spit him back in the jar.
Yeah, I'd have to do that while there's still time.
What?
It'll be too big.
Right. Well, you can fit a lot of big things in your mouth, but that's
Well,
just going
I'm
to be
more meant
during
he'd
the day.
outgrow the jar.
Well, maybe it's a pretty
Right.
big jar. It's like a big mason jar.
So the Road
Squeeze
Warrior.
him in there. He's a warrior of the road. I think
Maybe he fights the road though.
maybe he's just mad, or
Maybe
maybe
he's
not.
mid.
He might. Well, he's definitely mid, and he's definitely
All
mixed.
right, instantly improvement over the last movie. His annoying wife and kid aren't there. Nobody to play the saxophone.
Oh
No,
yeah,
like,
they
what's
show the
it
death
doing?
again. They're
Yeah,
dead.
but they show it in like the opening credits. You don't even have to see
Yeah, the
it.
opening
Like,
credits. It's like a little quick
it's
cut
a
little scenes
Spider-Man
from
2
the.
thing.
Right. Yeah, they
Um,
stole this from Spider-Man 2, actually.
right, yeah, probably. And Mad Max the game.
Right. Well, yeah, this whole thing is based on Mad Max the video game.
Um,
Uh,
but no, this movie does a really good job of not introducing me to Max because I don't care.
right, and you don't need to. He's Max. He's
No,
mad. He's a warrior for or against the road.
it's
I'm not sure.
barely a sequel to the first movie.
Right. Outside of the fact that it opened with that stupid wife and
Right.
kids dying.
Like you could have called him something other than Max
Right.
Rockatansky,
Right.
and there's no
Right.
reason
Which
for
they
this to
didn't.
be
They just call him
Max.
Max.
Even in like, oh, it's a post-apocalyptic movie about cars, but different post-apocalypses.
Yeah, because the first one's barely an apocalypse, barely post.
The only thing that's similar is, but in both of them, the theme is there's a fuel
Right.
shortage.
They need gas. We
But in
need
this one,
fuel.
we find out in the opening thing that a nuclear war also happened.
Right.
And
As
so
will happen, I guess.
after the first movie and before this movie, nuclear war broke out.
Right. Well, that's why everything's the desert now.
Right. Right.
This is
No
like
grass.
Fallout. They
There's a
stole
little
it.
bit of grass in this
Yeah,
one.
there's a little bit. Yeah. Well, grass will come back a little.
Right. Maybe. Or maybe it'll turn orange.
Right. Well, everything turns orange. It's the desert in Australia. That's
Right.
just what it looks like.
But yeah, I think this movie starts off strong, way stronger than the first one.
Right. Yeah.
And it finishes strong, way stronger than the first one, and it middles strong, way stronger than the first one. I far
Sure.
prefer this to the first movie.
I mean, no contest. It paces like a movie. It feels like a movie.
There's still an element of like the characters in this don't feel like movie characters, but I like that.
Well, yeah, they're all kind of just
Generic Australian
yeah.
scumbags, yeah.
They're people George Miller found on the street and was able to pay in beer. Like
Except for the one dude who was supposed to be paid in money and was never paid
except for the
in
one dude
money.
who wasn't paid at all and almost died for this film, but well,
And we'll get there.
Australia. We might get there. We might not.
We
But
might, though.
yeah. So, what
George
happens in
Miller
this movie? George Miller made Happy Feet and maybe also Happy Feet 2,
and Babe 2, A Pig in the Big City.
right? Yeah. And Mad Max 2,
And
The
Mad
Road
Max
Warrior,
3, The
right?
Thunderdome.
And he doesn't even know her dome.
And Mad Max, The
That's a
Fury
story
of
for
the
a different
Road.
right. And he doesn't even know her road.
Really?
Now
At
he
all?
knows her road pretty well.
Surely he knows the road.
Yeah, he warred her. He warrior. He wore.
Who up
He's-
2 a.m. roading they warrior?
He's Wario from Mario.
Is he
Let my
now?
cat out. No, I was lying.
Did you just
about
say
that.
a little shout out?
I said I gotta let my couch.
Oh, I
couch.
thought you said he's Wario. Just a little shout out.
Shout out my boy Wario. He was
Oh,
in.
he never gets
the
no
Super
play. He should have been
Mario-
in the Super Mario Brothers
He
movie.
was, he was in the Super Mario Bros.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens in this movie?
Oh, I'm doing plot today.
I think so. I think it's probably your turn.
It probably
Besides, I
is.
can't and don't want to. My
Right.
eye's itchy. Should I itch my eye, or do you think I'll rip my tear ducts out?
You probably just rip your eyeball out, but
I
just go
don't
ahead and
think
do
I'd
it.
go that far, but
Just do
possibly
it.
the tear ducts. Can you see my tear ducts?
Nope, I don't know
Comment
what a
down
tear
below
duct
if you see
is.
my tear ducts.
Yeah, so this movie opens with Max and he's roading it up and there's some
Yeah,
like
it's like a little
bad
car
guys.
chase thing,
Let's just
kind
say
of.
bad guys.
There's a little crash, and he kills them.
He kills two of them and he lets the
Does he
Mohawk
let him
man
get
and
away, or does he
you
just do
get
they
away.
just get away?
Well, Max is trying to get gas because his car's out of fuel, so he goes to
Right,
chase
yeah.
them.
He wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't really trying to kill him. He was just, self defense, and then
Right. He
the
was,
twunk and the
and that's
twink
kind of
rode
the
away.
theme of the movie is he's just trying to get
Right, he's just trying to
gas for his
survive.
car.
Yeah,
He wants gas to get out of this town. Um, a town. It's the middle of Australia. But
it's
anyway,
just yeah.
so he finds this gyrocopter, and there's a
Right,
man booning
There's
in
a
the
snake
ground.
on it. There's a snake on it. He grabs the snake, and the man
Right.
dooms him with a crossbow.
And he
Uh,
says no one's ever been able to defeat the snake, and all Max did was just grab it.
he just grabbed the snake. Yeah, but I mean, I
You're
guess
in
no one else.
Australia. You should be pretty used to
Right.
snakes.
Surely someone else in this post-apocalyptic Australia can grab a snake. Like, my little ass could do that in middle school.
You would at the very least think he could,
Right.
but he doesn't
Yeah. Well,
because he's
he
made
does.
mix.
He's Max. He's mad, and
Right,
so
he's mad.
he outsnakes the snake, but then the dog bites the dude,
The dog does
the
bite the
eyeless
dude. Max
balls.
has a dog. We didn't mention
Yeah,
that.
it's
Which is a
one of
good
those little
point.
Australian like sheep or cattle dogs.
Right.
Those little ones. They're
He's a
little.
cool little dog
He's
too.
dope.
He's pretty
Yeah.
chill. And this is where the plot kind of kicks off because Gyrocopter guy and
Right.
Mad Max are looking through binoculars and a telescope, whatever, and they
Right.
see some gnarly stuff.
Some despicable acts by some despicable wasteland people.
Right. We'll call them Josh's cronies because that's what it is.
Sure.
That's who they
Yeah.
are. They're
Right.
Josh's
They
friends.
are. Yeah.
Josh is in charge of them. Josh,
Yeah.
him,
Josh Voorhees.
right? Joshua Voorhees.
So
I
yeah,
meant in
Josh's
real life.
crony. Oh, okay.
But anyway, Josh's cronies, they kill a guy, and we don't know where the guy's from, and
Right. Well, the guy doesn't die right away. He's like
that's true.
wounded.
They injure a
Then
guy, and
they
then
injure him to a point where he can't do anything. Then
they do kill his
they
wife, and that's all they do. They only
that's all
kill
they
his
do.
wife.
Yeah. Um, but she dies, and Max saves the guy.
Right.
As you can see on the video, if you're watching right now, you
Yeah,
also
it's
see Tom
happening
Hardy
in real life. I had to
in
skip
his
the scene
breakout
that
role.
where
Oh,
the
sure,
woman
yeah,
dies.
right. The death and nothing else. Yeah,
Right, the death and nothing else. But yeah, so Max decides to take this guy back to the
but yeah, hey, check out
compound.
the Patreon if you want to find out what actually happens in just the death scene, where it's only her
I
death
don't
and
even
nothing
think
else.
we say what happens. We're just like, oh, this makes me
I'm
uncomfortable.
sure we mentioned it. I'm sure we said
Probably.
the word I don't want to say on YouTube.
I don't think we did, but we could have.
I probably did. You
Right.
might not have. I'm
Right.
sure.
I can't. You can't.
Right.
I won't. You can know.
So
But yeah, so
he
Max takes the guy
makes,
back home
I guess, makes some deal with the guy, brings him back home, and then he dies.
right
And they're like, all right,
before
well,
Max can get his gas. The
yeah,
deal
the deal
is
was
Max
I
gets
save
gas.
you, I bring you back to your little super dome with your people, and uh, give me gas.
Right. Gasolina.
But then he dies, and they lock Max up. And
Petrol.
they don't give him no gas. They don't give him no petrol either. They don't give him
Mr. He
shit.
could have used Mr. Petrol, you know what I mean?
Right,
Remember
man,
back in the
Mr.
day, you remember
Petrol,
Mr.
man.
Petrol
You
back in
remember
the day,
back in
man?
the day? Comment
Um,
down below if you remember Mr. Petrol.
and at this point, they decide they're gonna arrest Max. They chain him to a thing. That's a common theme in these movies. They handcuff
Right.
him to a thing, and then
Yeah.
the villain shows up wearing the Joshua Clements Jason Voorhees mask, or
Right.
Joshua
Right. And
Clements
also
wearing a Jason Voorhees
some
mask.
weird neck brace that makes it look like a knight mask helmet
Yeah, and
chainmail thing.
the
It's
neck brace
sick.
just like has springs in it,
Yeah.
but they're
It's
completely
very
decorative.
ridiculous looking. Oh, and the
Um,
gate for this little compound community is a school
it is a
bus
school bus, yeah, and
with just
that's
like some
cool.
armored metal plates on it. It's
Right.
awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, so Lord Humungus shows up and he just
Right,
starts
right.
talking and he's basically like, "Hey, you guys, I want your gas.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Gas, gas, gas. Gimme your gas." It's
Right.
basically what he says, but he actually says,
Essentially, yeah. He's
Give me your gas. I want your
oh, give me your
gas.
gosh, humongous what?
I need your gas to power my Fortnite cars."
Right. So he's humongous.
But yeah, so they start devising a
Something
plan
happens.
at this point. This is when you stepped out. They
Right.
start trying to devise this plan, and the whole community is kind of split and divided over what they're gonna do. Half of the community is like, okay, well, we should stay here. We should barrel down the fort and just fight his men as they come. The other half is like, well, we should try and leave as fast as we can. And so there's a split like, are we going to do this or are we going to do this or this or this?
Mhm.
And Max during this, actually, while Lord Humungus is talking, we're not introduced to for the first time, but we get to see the feral kid in action.
Right, right. Little
Tom Hardy.
Max, aka Tom Hardy.
We get to
Yeah.
see Tom Hardy in action. There's a
Yeah.
fan theory for those of you who don't know that Tom Hardy is the feral kid from this movie in real life, not in Mad Max Fury Road.
Right.
Um,
Which is true. This was his breakout role. That's just a fact. You can look it up. He was going by stage name at the time.
right, whatever it was. This is where you die, Daniel.
Right. Yeah.
This is where you
Feral Kid
die.
kills me with a boomerang.
Real
And it's
kid throws a boomerang at
awesome.
Daniel's head, and it came out of my TV and hit him in the forehead, which is wild
Yeah.
because it came out of my TV into my camera, I guess, or into my computer screen, and then hit you in the head.
Yeah.
Now you're dead.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, so they're all kind of fighting back and forth. Mad Max forms a little bond with the feral kid. It's like a
Yeah,
nice
he's
little
he's like he's a little
dog.
dog.
He's
Yeah.
this little dog. I mean, the idea of a feral kid is so funny to me.
It's
Like
horrible, but it's
it
fucking
is, but it's
great.
hilarious because it's like
Yeah. It's I
what a
mean, it's the apocalypse. Like,
well,
why
what a
wouldn't you do a
creative
little feral kid?
post-apocalyptic
Yeah.
idea. This kid has never been taught how to read or write or
Right, he's just a little fucking
understand or
animal.
he's just a little tiny animal and that's just how they treat him. Except for not apparently. He grows up to be the leader of the tribe.
Right, yeah. Some reason.
I love it. I love that. So
Um,
the
he
feral kid
like
kills
lets
man.
Max go or something.
Yeah, well, and Max and him, well, Max picks his own handcuffs because he can just do
Right.
that. And then, but they form
Right.
a
Fallout
relationship.
reference.
So Feral Kid doesn't like call for help, whatever. And as they're
Yeah, he
discussing what
goes
they're
out
gonna
and
do,
boomerangs some people.
right? He boomerangs them. As they're discussing, like, well, what are we gonna do? Lord Humungus is trying to kill all of our people and steal all of our gas. Max is like, oh, I'd like something to do about that.
Right. Oh, I'll take my single shotgun shell. I'll take care of them.
I'd like
Yeah,
something to say.
I'll sort them out then.
I'll help you out if you give me a little gas. Basically what he
Right.
says. And that's when then now the movie started.
Yeah.
I mean that's it. That's the plot. Until the rest of the plot. But that's the first bit of the plot.
Right. Yeah. And then
The
what
rest of the
happens?
movie is going to be kind of
And then
tough
what
to talk about
movies?
because it's basically just like
It's a
one car
car
chase.
chase.
You
Yeah.
know, like
But
all the
there's
cars
stuff
chase.
that happens. We'll get into. There's some cool stuff. A guy's on fire. A
Dude
woman
does
gets
catch
run
on fire.
over, or it
There's
was the
one
guy
like
that got
small
run
car
over. I think
chase
he
that
gets
then
run
leads
over.
into the long car chase, right?
Um,
Like they come back home and then the long car chase.
I think yeah. Well, first, and this is getting way ahead, but yeah, Max
Thanks.
steals the truck because I think this is when you stepped out. He stole the Earth truck that
Right.
he like took gas from earlier or something, and ditches the gyro chopper guy. and then like kind of he like I think he like baits the dudes into following him back to the camp,
I was
and then
curious.
it's the chase.
I was curious
But we'll
how
get
the
there.
gyrocopter guy got back
Well, the
because I missed that.
it was he just like when they got to um the truck, he just like he tossed him the keys to his cuffs, and I
Um,
don't know. He just maybe the chopper was nearby. I don't
I
really
get
know.
it.
Who
Doesn't
cares?
really matter.
I don't
Yeah.
care. He's
Um,
there, then he's back for the next one, but he's a different character, but he's the
right.
same character.
We can pause for a
But not
second to talk about the characterization of people in this movie.
okay. Yeah,
We've
sure.
already kind of hit on this is the coolest post-apocalypse ever.
Right. Well,
And not
this is the
and
post-apocalypse.
not
Little
cool as
little feral
in
kid just did a backflip.
yeah, not cool as in I'd want to live in it.
No, God, no. Cool as in
Not at
it's
all.
just
But cool as
everything looks
in
cool. It's an awesome like looking aesthetic.
it is
It's
an awesome looking
cool.
aesthetic and it's very realistic.
Right.
There was
Yeah.
a TV show I watched years ago. It's like one of those stupid Netflix originals. Matthew Broderick was in
Sure.
it.
Sure.
He killed two women in a drunk driving incident in Northern Ireland.
Right. Right. We've all been there though.
Um, he was in it, and it did a post-apocalyptic thing. I want to say it was zombies in that one,
Mm,
and one of the kids became like a samurai or whatever. But they
right.
did a
Right.
Mad Max arc, like a Mad Max season,
Uh,
and so they played on the idea from this movie, and like they were all wearing football pads and whatever because they
right.
took over a
Right.
high school.
That's
And it
correct.
was also like it was like one of the nerd incel kids who took over the school. Like it
Yeah.
was like that that is such a great little nugget of an idea. And I get oh my camera's out of focus. Let me just boop. Oh
Can't see that vision.
boop. I'm gonna keep talking, even though it's yeah, there it is. So like it's such a cool, realistic version of what the post-apocalypse would
Yeah.
be.
No. It feels like a genuine post-apocalyptic wasteland. Like this is what people would be like and what they would need to do and be to survive.
Even like the idea of some weird dude being scarred by a nuclear bomb and wearing a
Right.
hockey mask to cover it up and a neck support
And
brace with
being
springs on it because he thought they looked
enormously
cool.
muscular,
Right,
and having a fucking a comical single like long barrel revolver with a scope on it that he keeps in a case with the bullets, and also
right.
like a weird like little skull medal. Like yeah,
There's
that's
lots of
some
little
fucking ridiculous nerd shit.
they use several of the machine guns that just shoot arrows. Lots of
Yeah,
crossbows
the
because
weird
bullets
little
are
like
rare.
mhm,
Um lots of little stuff like that that I like a lot. Like when they come out to greet Max at the gate of the thing, they're using like very clearly like cheaper compound
yeah,
bows
it's just like yeah, it's
and
like
like
a
what your
yeah.
kid uses for archery practice.
Right,
Like
right. They all just
little
have like hockey or like football pads on,
right.
various different masks. Some dude's got a tunic.
Right. And it's very cool and it's very
Yeah,
well done. And I know it was probably like a Star Wars thing where it's like the aesthetic was created because of the budget, not the other way around.
sure. But it works, you know?
It works so much
Yeah,
better. I miss the mid budget movie or even
right.
low budget
Miss the
movie.
mid mix, you
I
know?
mix
Mix the old mid, yay.
right
What?
straight from the mix mix yay.
What?
I like it. I like it a
It's
lot.
cool. It's awesome. It's a very cool world that feels like a real post-apoc like everything's just shitty.
It
Like
very much is.
everything
It's
is
like
like
the original Star Wars trilogy equivalent of the post-apocalypse.
right,
Well, it's like,
yeah.
yeah, you got sci-fi and it's shiny and it's nice and it's whatever. But what about a lived-in sci-fi? Yeah, sure, you got the post-apocalypse. And I don't know if there was really the post-apocalyptic genre before this.
I mean, there was I don't know if directly post-apocalyptic, but definitely like the dystopian future genre had been
I just
the
can't think of any
thing.
that did it as well as
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I can't think of any specific like post-apocalyptic things, but I'm sure it existed.
probably. There's nothing new, you know. It was in a book or something.
Right?
Who
Yeah,
cares? Who
yeah.
cares about a book, dude?
Right. I ain't fucking reading.
Right.
I don't know how.
But yeah, like, and then you get to Max, and Max is this, and this, in the first one, it's presented as like, oh, this is a story of Max's family, and they're dying, and they're being
Right. He's
betrayed, and all this kind of stuff.
he's sort of a character, but he's I mean, he's nothing. He's just a cop that lost his
Right.
family and his partner, and he's mad.
He's mid.
He's Max. He's mid and he's mixed. Like
Um,
it's
but in this one, it's
whatever.
Max is presented as this like tale,
Yeah.
folklore, fairy tale type hero. Even from
Right.
the opening, like the opening even goes into that. The opening is
Yeah, the
literally
opening is basically it's like someone telling this folklore legend of the Max the Road Warrior.
like
Like,
all it needed was like a steel guitar going.
mhm, right.
Now gather round, ye children, to hear the tale so sweet of Mad Max. He killed a man and he swept him off his feet.
Sure, yeah.
Like that's how the opening feels, and I love it.
Right, right. I think
Um,
that's what the opening was actually.
maybe, yeah. I just invented the opening to Mad Max: The Fury Road Warrior.
Yeah, yeah, you came up with that. So what else happens in this movie?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
there's
so
events.
at this point,
There's a car on fire at one point. I remember
there's a
that.
car on fire at one point. I'm trying to remember because I stepped out and it's throwing up my flow. Uh,
Yeah. I'm trying to just like follow the movie on your TV in the
we're
background.
way ahead of where we are in the discussion on the
Yeah.
screen behind us.
Well, we can jump ahead.
Oh, hold on. I'll get us ahead. Hold on. Oh, Max is carrying gasoline. He finds the gyro captain.
Right, right.
And then that's when the other car chase happens.
Yeah.
The other
Is
car chase happens, and it's Max, and this is he's still in his regular car at this point, right?
this on the screen? I think that's the big rig, but maybe not.
No, we're not at the big rig yet. He
Well, it's
hasn't.
not. I think it's maybe the like just the cab
Maybe
because he stole the cab and then they
you're
attached it
right.
to
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
gas
So
rig.
yeah, so that's what happens. Mad Max has to steal the front truck of a big rig so that they can
Yeah.
transport the gas from where they are to where they're going and not lose it, because Lord Humungus wants to take over the camp. He wants to kill
Right.
everybody. Oh my. He wants to kill everybody, and he wants to take over this land. So they have to steal the cab and they have to
Yeah.
get it back to their commune so that they can hook it up to their tanker, which is full of oil,
Mhm.
and then escape from Lord Humongus's clutches while
Right.
they're doing
Humongous
that.
and the goons.
Humongous and the goons, Josh and his buddies, Josh and
Right.
us.
Josh's goons. Right.
We are Josh's goons.
Yeah, we're gooning
We'll
Josh.
gladly submit to Josh in the post-apocalypse. Dalton,
Me for sure.
I would like you to please get me
Dalton, I
sausage
need you
roll.
to wear asswish chaps and ride around on a motorcycle with Daniel on the back, and he's a twink and you're the twunk.
And please get me a Gweg sausage bowl, because I am Dutwug woman.
Please go down to Toby's and load up the plate for me.
So they form their plan, and this movie does a really good
Mhm.
job of not letting us know the plan before the plan is
Right.
executed.
Yeah.
But they're about to escape from Lord Humongous, and they're like, "We're gonna get ready, we're gonna get out of here, and this guy's gonna not see a thing
Like, oh,
coming."
we need someone to drive this big rig to escape with all the gas, or so the audience thinks.
And Max goes, I volunteer to drive the big rig with the gas. And everybody's like, why would you do that? And he's like,
Because I'm
gas.
mad.
I'm
I'm mad
mad.
about
I think
gas.
he says something silly. He's like, I have no choice. And I'm like, no, Max,
Well, you
you
clearly do. You volunteered.
right.
You chose to do this.
um, so
But
they,
yeah, stupid. But he whips
it's
the big
stupid, but
rig.
he does. My boy mid, but he did it.
Right. At some point, he got all fucked up and had to get airlifted by the gyrocopter. That was before
I
this, I
think
think, because
that's
he's limping at this point.
yeah. Well, before the rig drives and the actual drive 2011 happens,
Uh huh.
Josh's goons attack the base. They attack the base when Max gets back with
Right.
the big rig, and I think that's when he
Right.
gets
Well, yeah, because
severely injured.
I think, yeah, so he stole the cab, drove that, and maybe intentionally, maybe accidentally brought the goons
They were
back to
definitely
the camp.
tailing him.
Yeah, they were for sure tailing because that was one of the chase scenes. But I don't know if that was intentional as part of the plan or not. But either way, it happens. And then I think you're right. I think that's when he gets fucked up and is needs to get airlifted or whatever.
Which happens. It happens to
I
all of
mean,
us.
yeah. And he, that leg brace he had the whole movie is finally
He finally
useful.
pays it off.
It has a reason to exist.
And then he gets in a fight with it's a little bit of exposition if you haven't seen the first movie. He gets in a fight with one of the guys at the camp,
Right.
and they're like, "Oh, what happened to you?"
Like, oh, your family died. You as a cop and you saw people die, and oh, you're sad because it's because of death, and you saw your family die.
And
And
they make a
there's
point.
bunch
He's
of
like, "You're
guys.
living in the old world, and this is the new
Right. It's like,
world."
yeah, everyone. It's the post-apocalypse. Everyone's life fucking sucks.
Which
Get over
yeah,
your.
which
Stop
is a
being
way
so
to
mad, Max.
it's a way to kind of bridge the two movies. I think
Hmm.
it bridges the
Yeah.
two. That's the most connecting tissue. That in the opening little bit we've got is the most connecting tissue we
Right.
have between the first one and this one. I stand by, absolutely, without a doubt, 100% stand by. This could have been its own movie.
Oh yeah, for
I'm
sure.
glad it's not. I'm glad George Miller did a franchise.
Because it's because it's a franchise that's not really a
Right.
franchise. It's just kind of
It's the
movies.
anti franchise.
Yeah, it's just like
I
Max
want
is
them to make
mad.
more of these.
Yeah,
We got Mad Mix
me
Fury
mix.
Road, Mad Max Fury Road, and then we got Furiosa,
Right.
a Mad Max Sog Tale story.
Legend,
Um,
maybe?
maybe.
These bitches love Sosa.
Mm,
These bitches love Furiosa.
I'm in love with the Coco.
Oh,
Oh, and they know it.
do they really?
Yeah. But yeah, like we don't have a ton of connecting tissue other than the opening credits and this one scene where the dude's like, oh, what is that?
Right,
Your
this one
family is
vague
dead, didn't
mention
it?
to his family dying that also
Um,
could have just been like
for sure.
in its own thing,
For
like
sure. For sure. It could have been the big
apocalypse.
reveal that his family's dead.
Right?
And for a
Yeah,
lot of people, a lot of American
it was
audiences, that
probably
was the big reveal
yeah,
because most people saw this having never seen Mad Max.
or even heard of probably
Right.
Mad Max
Right.
single one.
Number un.
They made a
Um,
first one,
they made a first one, yeah. And so with that, we kind of kick off the next 30 minutes or so of the movie.
right?
And the thing that makes the next 30 minutes or so hard to talk about is the last because it's only an hour and a half movie. It's pretty much it's like 94 minutes. It's barely
Yeah,
a runtime
it's a
for a
quicken.
movie.
I mean, it's yeah.
Um but yeah,
So
the next 30 minutes, George Miller famously wanted this movie to be one long car chase. One
right,
big 90-minute car chase.
and it sure wasn't.
It wasn't. It was close in that it was a
Kind of.
30-minute car chase, which is longer
Yeah.
than most movies' car chases are.
Right.
Um, and I like it a lot, but it
Yeah,
makes
it's
it
cool
hard
and
to
it's
kind of
fun.
discuss for these purposes. So I think we're gonna do something for the next few minutes of the podcast. let's just name cool things that happened
Hmm,
during the car chase. Because
okay.
that's the best way to describe a car chase, right?
Right.
What
Yeah.
cool things happened during it?
Yeah. Because the order doesn't matter. It's just stuff happening,
Hmm.
and then we'll kind of break down like if there's important stuff to the plot, which there
Right.
isn't. It's a car chase, but
I'll go first.
yeah, go ahead.
A legless man catches on
Yeah, I
fire.
was gonna say that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I
he doesn't just
figured.
catch on
That's why I went
fire. He
first.
catches on fire and then
Tries to
tries to
pat it
pat
out.
himself out and catches more parts of himself on fire. And
Right.
then after finally sort of extinguishing himself, he gets dragged off of the
He
big rig.
does
He's on
extinguish
top and he gets
himself. Remember? Because he has
yeah.
the
Oh yeah,
bag of
he gets
water.
the water and he stabs the
Which,
bag.
like, why
Yeah.
didn't you use that to begin with? And he stabs it with
Well,
like a
yeah, I mean, it's the
pencil.
apocalypse. It's, you might
Mm,
need that water more than you need to not be on fire.
is that true?
I don't know,
Is that
man.
ever true?
Maybe.
He's trying to think of
Well, look, the
Max.
fire might
Max
fire might
needs the
burn
water
itself out.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
But yeah, then he gets dragged off and run over by by a car. It's awesome.
lots of people, places, and things getting run over by cars.
Yeah, yeah. One
Max
car just
gets,
gets exploded by the big rig. That's
yeah, a
the
car
end of the
like just
movie,
gets,
basically. Yeah.
yeah. There's
It's
the
the big
motorcycle,
conclusion. Yeah, yeah. There's a toe knife reference. A motorcycle gets run over and crushed.
and it's sick. Lord Humungus has a spear.
Yeah, well, it's like a weird like
Fortnite
it's
axe,
like a Fortnite fork knife pickaxe fucking thing.
and he throws
Uh,
it at several
but
people,
it's
and
like
somehow
a little
keeps
mini
hitting it
spear that he
back.
he chucks. It's almost like a pitchfork, but it's
I guess I
like
forgot to tell people what was happening before we did this part. Max takes the big rig and is trying to
yeah,
escape
well,
with
yeah.
it.
We I think we said that Max said he was going to be the one to drive the big rig, and then
Right.
he did it. Oh, and the feral Tom
Feral
Hardy,
kid's in the
he
passenger seat.
sneaks his way onto the
And the
big rig.
passenger
Yeah,
seat is really where the driver's seat could be because the car is backward
right. They're stupid. They drive
for
their
those
cars
American
wrong.
audiences.
Yeah.
Um, the gyro captain shows back up and
Right?
starts dropping
He's flying
snakes on
around.
people.
He's dropping snakes, dropping napalm. At some point, I thought he got shot. Both of us thought he got shot, but then he's just kind of back.
He's just back, and then
He's
he's
back. He's
back
dropping more
again.
napalm. Then he crashes, and it seems like he could be dead, but then he's back again. And then that's it for him.
Right.
Got a cat in my window. Um,
That was a cool
but yeah. So
one.
this the
Max shoots somebody out the window and then through the roof.
yeah, it shoots the guy in the nuts through the roof.
Right. That's a sick
That
one.
was very cool. Little feral kid tries to crawl out on the hood of the car, and then the twunk jumps at him because I guess he was just hanging on the front of the car that whole time.
Yeah, that's like the very end of the
That's
chase.
right
Yeah.
before they crash and blow up the humongous car.
The one the golf cart guy or go-kart guy hits the
Oh yeah, the
bump and
weird
goes
little
spinning.
yeah.
And that actor wound up, he didn't break any bones, but he bent
He
a pin,
bent the studs in his
which is
fucking.
crazy. How much harder is it to bend a pin than it is to break a bone?
I mean, he got some strong bones, He's
Yeah, but
drinking
you
his
got some
milk,
strong pins.
eating
They're made of
eating his
metal.
Vegemite. Well, Australian metal.
What's the difference?
Yeah, it's like
I get it. I get it. I
the
get it. Sometimes
Vegemite,
Australians, they're just
the
silly.
VB. I mean, it's the apocalypse. Their metal's
Right.
not as strong anymore.
Post. It's after the apocalypse.
Right, right.
Apocalypse already happened. We've moved on. We've gotten
Yeah,
over it.
yeah. We never forget
Um,
though.
anything else that's just like, that's sick.
I feel like there was another real cool
I know
one.
there are several. We're not doing this justice, but it's all we
No,
can do to
no, we're too
describe it.
stupid.
You can't describe a car chase in words. I mean, I guess you
Right.
can. The car and then it chased.
Oh yeah, you did it actually.
Oh, the sick car that the leader of the Fremen was
Yeah,
driving.
that one dude's weird like homemade like vintage looking race car thing. It was
Yeah,
funky.
it was like a bullet car.
Yeah, it looked like an old like like Aston Martin race car like like one of them
But built
old
on the
clunky
frame of
ones.
like a go-kart.
Yeah, it was built on like a go-kart frame out of just like wire, like mesh looking like wire shit.
It was so
It's
sick.
awesome, yeah.
I
But then
would buy
that guy
one of
gets
those in a
that guy
heartbeat.
gets like an arrow in the face and dies.
Everybody in this
Everyone
game
gets an arrow
era.
in the face
This
and
is when we
dies.
see
Yeah,
the not just the gun that shoots arrows, but the machine gun that shoots machine arrows.
yeah, they
Those shoot
like
like 8
they're
at
like
once,
fucking
and they keep
harpoons.
shooting the wheels of the big rig.
Right, but it just keeps on
It
trucking, you
just
know?
keeps
Just
going, dude, and it keeps
it
running
does
over
not stop
cars
trucking.
and
Yeah,
motorcycles and
yeah. Well, they
people.
got a trucking convoy, you know?
Mm,
Ain't she a beautiful sight?
mm, mhm. No, no,
Yeah.
no, no, convoy.
Through the night, we got a great big convoy. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one.
there's a movie called Convoy. We should watch it for the podcast.
It's not, but
We should do it's in the song is in that movie. We should do
yeah, that song's in
movies made
GTA.
movies created off of song sweep,
Yeah, we can watch Purple Rain, the Prince movie,
right?
since Prince was on Apollonia.
We could do Convoy. We could do the
Sure.
Christmas shoes.
Whatever that is, yeah.
You never heard the song about the Christmas shoes?
I don't think so.
That
Let me
song will
look it up.
make you cry.
Maybe.
It's about this little boy who's trying to buy shoes, but he doesn't have enough money. And so the cashier's like, "I'm sorry, kid, we can't buy you these shoes." And he's like, "Can you hurry, sir? My mom's gonna die. She's got cancer, and I want her to I want her to look pretty if she meets Jesus tonight." Dude, the song is so sad, and they made a movie on it. But yeah, the guy at the counter is like, he's like, "I'm not selling you these shoes. You're a stupid kid." And then the kid's like, "But my mom's gonna die. Please sell me these shoes."
Man, sounds like a you problem. Get your money up, little
Right. The
broke
person, the
ass
person behind
boy.
the little kid in line winds up buying the shoes for the kid. That's the plot of the song.
And the movie, apparently.
Probably, yeah. I think there's
Yeah,
more to the movie. I've never seen the movie. I just know they made a movie of the Christmas shoes, and that's really funny to me. Can you
sure, yeah.
hurry, sir? Daddy says there's not much time. See, she's
Right,
been
it's a song
sick
by
for
the
quite a
Fugees.
while, and I know these
You know,
shoes will make her smile, and I want
what
her
was that
to
guy's
look
name? What's the guy from
beautiful
the
if
Fugees he stole?
Mama meets
Made that fake
Jesus.
charity
Oh,
for Haiti. What was that
oh,
guy's name?
did he write the Christmas shoes?
No, he was in the Fugees. The song you're singing reminds me of that Fugees song. Mister, Mister, do you have a quarter? Hell no, motherfucker. What
Can
will
we do
you
Christmas
get with
shoes
a
as our Christmas
quarter?
episode?
No, we can do Mister, Mister, the Fugees song.
It's not a movie though.
Well, we'll listen to the song.
Could I just record an hour and
What is
45
that
minutes
guy's
of my
name?
fish swimming around in his tank and let that be our Christmas episode?
Sure, yeah. What is that guy's name that
I don't know, dude.
Wyclef John stole money from his
Nah.
own people? Made that fake charity for Haiti.
People. Is he Haitian?
Yeah.
That would be wild if you said that and he wasn't.
Right. Well, that's always Sunny reference. I don't know that he's Haitian. I'm assuming they,
Hmm.
said that not in a racist way, but
Why would you assume that about
yeah,
Sunny?
because
Oh.
they weren't in blackface.
Uh, you see this one spot on my mustache where the hair is not as thick? Just
Yeah,
right in
I
there.
got a couple of those. I got the one
This
like in the
side right
middle.
here is so good compared to this side.
Yeah, I mean my whole thing kind of weak, but I got like one
Yeah,
spot.
yours is strong,
I
just
mean
in a different
it's coming
way.
in strong, but it's weird. It grows almost in like thick in like the Hitler
Right?
spot,
Same. Same.
and
Look.
then
Look.
it thins out. Yeah, like this is it's a sturdy little
Like, I
mustache,
got one little bald spot
Nothing
here, and then
rest.
I got this whole
Yeah,
part.
no, you got the one little bald spot.
Now this one makes sense because it's there's a scar, so it makes sense that it would split
Mm,
there.
it's weird. See, I don't have a scar there. I just have a
Mm.
little bald spot there.
So Mama met Jesus tonight.
Right, but she had new shoes,
She had
so
some nice
she's
new shoes.
I. You know, that
Um,
was all done. That was a little
I want
freestyle.
to buy these shoes for my mama, please. Um,
Yeah, so Max is mad.
he's
He's
angry.
trucking
The
the
the rig
convoy.
flips.
Yeah, flips the rig. This is the guy that didn't get paid but came back
Right. He comes back for
just
the
for the
next two
vibes.
Mad Max movies, one of them 50 years later or however long it is.
Right, did he come back for Fury Road as
Yes,
well?
he's in
That's
Fury Road. He doesn't
incredible.
do a stunt
That's
in that one. He's
great.
just like an extra
Mm.
in the audience. Why?
Right, right. That's
If you're
great.
watching this guy who did this, whose name I can't remember, I'm
What?
sorry. Why, dude? Comment down below. Let me know.
Maybe he was just having fun.
Maybe,
Maybe he did it for the beer.
maybe he did it for
You
the
know?
BB
Yeah.
or
What would you
whatever.
do for a VB?
George
Comment down
Miller's not
below.
buying
You would do
BB
for a
for his people. He's buying something
right.
different, cheaper.
Whatever the
George Miller's peeing in a
Australian
bucket and
whatever the
making everybody drink
Australian
that.
PPR is. Yeah, he's giving them jankum. He's just finding a dead animal on the road and letting it ferment in the hot sun for a couple weeks.
Is that a real thing?
That's what jankum is. Yeah, it's either that or poop.
Mm-mm.
Um,
See, I've never had it. I've never had the stuff. I tend to stay
right.
clear.
No, I never. I can't touch the stuff anymore. You know,
No, not anymore.
not after last
I wonder
time.
what that would do to you.
Um, probably get you really high on
I would imagine.
fumes. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
crazy.
have to guess. Yeah.
So you just like drink the blood of the animal that died and fermented?
No, it's like you huff it.
Oh,
I'm pretty
interesting.
sure it's both. I think jankum is both a dead animal and also animal feces.
Mm.
Like they're two different forms of jankum.
I've got some in the yard.
Yeah, you should just keep that, bottle it up, pop it in a mason jar, and leave it in like a closet for a while. Let it.
Do you have to like put some water in there to let it soak? Probably.
Maybe I don't know. I'm not an expert. I just know of it as a concept.
See, I don't.
Well, to each his own. You know.
Right? You got
Uh,
pwned.
really.
Hmm.
That's where you're going with pwned?
Yeah, I'm going to bring him pwned back.
All right, all right,
So
all
the rig
right. With
flips.
it. Yeah,
After we forgot to even say this, the Pharaoh Kid's trying to get a shotgun shell off of the hood of the
yeah.
big rig
Well, I
after
mentioned
Max
that.
kicks out the windshield, which is so
Yeah,
sick.
Max kicked out the windshield because it got all cracked. Which I mean, classic badass thing to
Right.
do.
And he
Also, I'm
sends Pharaoh
remembering
Kid
because it's
out the
on your
windshield.
TV and we didn't talk about it. The dog died. He got shot,
Mm,
and then the feral kid becomes the new dog. But
yeah, Max replaces his dog with the Pharaoh Kid.
yeah, which I mean, they're basically the
Why
same.
wouldn't you?
No
You
one grew
know,
up to
one
be
grew
the
up to be the
leader of
leader of
this
the new
this like
army or
nomad
whatever.
tribe or whatever.
So yeah, so the Pharaoh Kid tries to get the shotgun shell. He's not able to grab it, and then the guy whose boyfriend the Pharaoh Kid killed. So Daniel's boyfriend,
The it's you. If I'm the twink, you're
me,
the twunk.
right?
Yeah.
Me, Mohawk,
Oh, shit,
me.
why my camera just
The human thermometer. We'll talk about that in a little bit. It's just been the
yeah,
night of camera
we'll get there.
focusing.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's like it's just focusing on my damn toys.
The little monkey.
Oh, monkey, you got a squishy
We'll,
belly.
we'll talk about the human thermometer in a minute.
Oh, there we go. Just had to
He
squish the
climbs up the
girl's belly.
windshield. He like grabs the Pharaoh Kid, whatever, and then
Yeah, so
as
he's I guess just been hanging on to the front of this rig for like most of this car chase, I think.
not most of it was recent.
At least like
It's
a
been
good
a couple,
5 or 10 minutes.
yeah, maybe 5.
Because I mean, long enough for me to have forgotten about him and thought he was like I wrote him off as dead, you know.
Mm-mm.
Which,
Right.
admittedly, with my attention span, isn't it's not
Yeah,
that
I
much,
think this
but
was like a fake out too. Keep in mind, like we
yeah,
thought the good guys won, but then bam, out comes
right.
me
Well, we knew they
to
hadn't won
snatch the
because
Feral Kid.
Scrotus Humungus was
Right,
still
right.
kicking.
But other than him,
Yeah, yeah.
so in this moment, we like go over a hill, and at the bottom of the hill, we see a car barreling towards the big rig.
Oh, and I don't think we ever mentioned because this is Scrotus's car, and Scrotus's car just has two people on the front of it.
Yes, and it's awesome.
Like they're two of like just
They're
his
two of the
victims.
people from the
Yeah,
tribe.
they're wearing like the what's going on out there? Wearing the like all white and the hockey
Potato
pads and
chips.
shit. I guess, yeah.
All that in a bag of potato chips. But anyway, yeah, he's just got two people strapped to the front. He's barreling towards the big rig. Big rig hits Scrotus, and it gets like squashed by the big rig. The big rig flips. It's a whole thing,
Yeah, big rig. I mean, it just barrels just. I mean,
and
just
it's so
straight
cool.
through this car. It just
It's so cool.
turns it to
It's such a
dust.
cool
It's
shot.
nothing. It's
This movie
gone.
is so cool,
Yeah, it's like a fucking Lego
like a
set breaking
baller.
apart. Just crumbles to bits.
It's baller,
And then the truck flips also and doesn't explode because it's not filled with gas. It's filled with spice from Dune,
right? But
by which I mean
by that he
sand.
means sand
It's
and dirt.
just sand and dirt
And then
and other garbage.
Max like smirks a little bit as the gyrocopter man like pulls by.
Right. He flies in, and then that's kind of it. They
That's kind
just
of the
they
movie. Yeah,
drive
it
off
cuts
into the
to the it
sunset.
cuts to
They
the
reveal the gas was, it was actually in their little caravan wagons,
the whole time.
and they head up on their little
They're
road
journeying
warrior way.
north. They're going north.
Yeah, and then
The
it's
gyro
we
captain becomes the leader of the tribe. His girlfriend is Feral Kid's mom. Feral Kid then later on becomes the leader of the tribe.
right,
He
and
says that,
is the narrator of the film.
and is also Max.
Right, he's also Tom Hardy. Yeah,
He's Tom Hardy Mad Max, which is not true. That's just something that's in a
no,
fan
some
theory.
nonsense garbage people came up with because they're stupid.
I guarantee you, if I like watched a video, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense." But then watching the movie, I'm like,
I
"That's
mean,
stupid."
it's a not talking kid,
Right? He just doesn't talk, you
Max
know.
doesn't talk that much.
Yeah, this movie
This
so
stupid
much
grunt.
better than the first movie.
I mean, it's not even really comparable. It's like they're completely different films
I will
outside of
never
the
watch
main
the first one
character being
again, probably.
right. I
I will watch
probably
this
might.
one many times.
Definitely, yeah. Like I won't watch the first one until I've seen this one like 5 more times
Five,
at
10 more
least,
times. I might watch this
and
one like
that's,
once a year. In a decade, I might watch the first one
right.
again.
Yeah, yeah.
I love this. Like every
It's right.
aspect of
It's
this I
great.
love. And it's not
What a
even my
film.
favorite one.
Mm,
Um like I just do. I number one, I love Humungus as a villain. He's so much fun to
yeah.
watch. I love Max, even though he doesn't say much. I
I
love
mean,
the
he's
Feral
nothing, but
Kid.
I like a good classic nothing character, classic like just Clint Eastwood says
Yeah,
one line and just looks badass. Like,
right. Um, this is the last one, and we'll kind of talk about this a little next week. This is the last one where things really feel super real.
mm,
And but I mean, I guess the second one, the only one really. I mean, so the stuff in
right.
the first, actually, the stuff in the
Yeah,
first one
this
feels
one feels
real.
real. It's a different. That one feels like real Australia. This one feels like real post-apocalypse
Right. Well,
Australia.
and by that I don't mean like, oh, it feels like the real post-apocalypse. I mean like the stuff that's happening feels real. When a man jumps from
Right.
one car to another, you know he's actually doing it.
Right,
When a man
right. Yeah.
gets flung in the air, you know he bent a pin
Sure,
in his
sure.
leg. The next one feels a whole lot cleaner.
Mm,
And Fury Road, which I love, feels cleaner, but then it's also like fixed up in post, and it's real exciting and
right. It's
whatever.
made to look real because it's,
Right.
future modern wonder technology.
This one, this is a one of a kind. It's very rare to me, I think, that a movie is a one of a kind movie,
Mhm.
and I
Yeah,
think Mad Max: The Road Warrior is that. There
right.
is
Yeah,
nothing like it. There never will be anything like it again. As
yeah.
many Mad Max movies as they make, they'll never feel. I will never get this feeling watching another one.
I mean, never say never,
I guess that's true, but I mean, come on, dude.
I mean, look, George Miller might go insane. He might go on some fucking like apocalypse now shit and just go into the desert in Australia and just make this
He might.
movie again,
He
You
might.
never know.
He might just remake The Road Warrior with Tom
I mean,
Hardy.
probably not that,
Could you
but
imagine though?
that'd be wild. It'd be
Could
an
you imagine if he
interesting.
remade the first one with Tom Hardy?
That'd be cracked.
That would be so cool. but like with the knowledge of what he wants this universe to be.
Right. Yeah, making it more like this one, like the second one, the Road Warrior. The second they made a second one,
They did make a second one. I don't know.
and we
I
watched it, and it was good.
I like this so much. I would you recommend this to a friend?
Oh yeah, for sure,
In
man.
a heartbeat. You know,
Yeah,
I don't have any friends who haven't seen it because if you haven't
I
seen this
don't
movie, we're not
have any.
friends.
I don't have any friends, but if I did, I'd give them a shout.
Well, that's
Yeah.
my man. I mean, you're pretty much
Right.
all I got, and,
Right. Right. And now I've seen this
you've
one. You
seen
can't
it, so
recommend it
I
to
can't
me.
really
Yeah.
recommend it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Play this movie for a bug though.
Yeah. Just like yeah, catch one, or
Cicadas are out actually.
maybe just turn up the brightness on your phone and just leave your phone on like a windowsill or something, and the bugs will come
They'll
to
find it.
it
Yeah.
like a moth
Um,
to a flame. You know, you're pathetically
it's
predictable.
cicada season.
It's the time of the
Um, one
season.
I saw one crawling out of the ground earlier, so I stepped on it.
Then you ate it. You licked it off
Yeah, well, I
your
mean they're a
shoe.
delicacy.
Yeah, licked it off
Um,
your Yeezy
yeah,
slides, your Yeezy socks.
pods.
My
Um,
fault. Your AirPods.
yeah, there were four of them already on the ground in this one spot. There's a nest underneath my house, I guess, and then I
You
saw one crawl out of the ground
should pour some gasoline
and
in
burn them.
into their nest and burn them. It's like a Helldivers reference.
Right,
Ever
bugs.
played Helldivers 2?
But yeah, if you have a cicada in your house, I want you to
Yeah,
grab him by
or
the
outside.
wings because they're not that hard to grab by the wings. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And put him
I
in a
guess.
piece of Tupperware,
Hmm.
and then make put your
And just
phone
just
also
lean
in
your
the
phone.
Tupperware.
I mean, you can put it outside of the Tupperware and just lean it
Well, I want
against
him to
it.
hear the sound.
Well, maybe turn it up. I guess yeah, it'd be.
Um,
You want to box him in,
because he'll like Mad Max too,
right? And more importantly, he'll like hearing us talk about it
right? He'll
more
leave
so
and he'll
than
go
he'll
tell all
like.
his cicada friends we must invent
Yeah,
cell phones so that we can watch Mad Max 2, the Road Warrior on the Super
right.
Pro Film Show.
Yeah.
Nyeh, nyeh,
I
nyeh,
mean,
nyeh.
we're gonna corner that audience,
We're gonna quarter
that
the
market.
cicada
Yeah.
market, dude. Nobody else
I
is
mean,
doing
no
this.
one else is promoting to cicadas like us. So help us out. Do your part and show this video to a
Oh, there's
cicada.
nothing I've ever hoped that turned into a clip more, like a
Oh
short.
yeah.
Um, that's all I got. You got anything else? Does this
Chat,
movie
hit
hold
that.
up? I guess
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
In fact,
I'd
it
hold
more
it
than
up,
holds up. It exists outside of time.
kind of, but not really.
And when I say that, I mean like there's nothing that looks or feels like this movie in existence.
Well, sure, yeah. I'd say that's why it holds up. But
Right. And exists outside of time.
I
If there's
guess
nothing to compare something to, I think that's when I would say something along the lines of it exists outside of time, which is what I said.
right. No, I heard it. I was there.
Did you?
I feel like it, exists in a time of
1981,
the 80s, early 80s
late
cinema. Yeah,
90s. I mean, late
not
70s.
quite that, but yeah, that one.
Only a year later than the first one, which was 80.
Sure, I thought it was 79,
Maybe only 2 years later
78.
than the first one, which was
Either way, yeah,
79.
it's
But yeah, I'd
78.
absolutely recommend it. I absolutely do think it holds up. That's are those.
Yeah, send this video to someone who looks like Margot Robbie.
Mm,
There's that chick in this movie that kind of looks like Margot Robbie. She's on the screen right
yeah,
now.
send this
You can
video
see her.
to
She gets
somebody you
shot in the
know who
stomach.
looks like Daniel.
Right. Yeah. Or just if you have any friend that looks like a celebrity, send this
Mm.
to them. Um,
And yeah, and just say, hey, they talk about you in this, but it's at the end. Just keep watching.
yeah. Yeah. Or just skip to the end. Doesn't matter. We get the view either
No,
way.
we need watch time.
Oh yeah, we need watch time so we can get money. Yeah, watch the whole. We'll skip to the end, but then loop the video and just leave
Right.
it
Skip to
playing so we
this
get to
point. You
watch.
see us? Hi.
Yeah.
Hi. Watch the whole
Hi,
thing, and then
I'm
you'll see what we're talking
SpongeBob.
about.
Yeah, and you see on the screen, you see the lady that looks like Margot Robbie. She died. Well, now it's a guy on fire.
I have a goldfish. His name is Gallbladder Surgery.
I got a woman way over town that's good to me.
And it keeps on running, running, and running, running.
So yeah, like and subscribe. Comment down below. We got a trucking convoy.
Mm.
Ain't She a Beautiful Sight? Send this to a trucker. If you got a trucker in your
Yeah, if you get a
family or
truck in your
someone you
family,
have
he'll
friends who's a
love this.
trucker,
Trust me. I
yeah.
don't care if he's your uncle. I don't care if he's your like abusive grandfather. Go ahead and
He
send it
doesn't
to
have to
him.
be in your family. He could just be one of those like those classic like family friends, like your dad's best friend that you just call uncle, you
No, no,
know?
no. Genuinely, if you know a trucker
Yeah.
in any
It doesn't have to
capacity,
be like yeah, like it doesn't have to be
if you went to school
close
with a
to
guy
him.
and now he's trucking
Yeah,
and he's in a convoy, it doesn't have to be in a
right.
convoy. Just if he
Send it
drives
to
a
him.
rig,
Tell him to start a convoy.
right?
Because we got a great
It'd be
big
a beautiful
convoy.
sight.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Everybody, comment down below. What's up, gallbladder surgery?
Yeah, and comment down below, even if it's not true, tell me that you like my monkey poster where the monkey's using a banana as a gun. Tell me you like it. Tell me it was good. Tell me it looks good. Tell me I'm 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 good. Tell me it was good. Just tell me I'm good. Thanks for watching. We'll see
We'll
you
see you
next
next time
time
on City
for
Bro.
Thunder Bloom.